What Now? Collecting for the Library in the 21st Century is a two-part exhibition that illuminates the Huntingtons' ongoing role in documenting the human experience. There are some 50 objects in this show, all worthy of attention. But this photograph uncovers 12 faces hidden from history until now. At 7:22 a.m. on April 15th, 1865, Abraham Lincoln, wounded the night before, drew his last breath. A week later, these 12 men carried the president's coffin from the Capitol Rotunda to the hearse that would take it to the train depot. There were several groups of pallbearers for the many stages of Lincoln's funeral procession. Some were public and some were not, and this photograph stands as the only proof that these 12 men participated.
The reason the picture is actually very extremely rare, because that was not for commercial distribution. Obviously, it was something that was the man paid for. These men were actually the kind of, in a way, a mystery men, because what happened to them, they were not at that point. They were not a member of a single regiment. They belonged to something that was known as Quartermaster's Division. It was not really a division per se, because the Quartermaster General, General George Meigs, was responsible for all sorts of logistical services, which were, of course, probably the most valuable services in the United States Army. By the time the war ended, Lincoln was not universally loved, even in the North. But when he was murdered in theater on a Good Friday, in the middle of the celebrations of victory, that briefly kind of united the nation. So the embalmed body was laid in state in the Executive Mansion in the East Room. And on the morning of the 19th, it was transferred to the hearse. And the hearse moved down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol, where it lay in the Rotunda. And then it was again transferred to the hearse, and the hearse moved to the depot. Because the pallbearers, they were official pallbearers, designated. They were listed in the program. They were designated to carry Lincoln's body for, more solemn settings. They were the members of the cabinet, the members of the administration, generals, and so on and so forth. So they were luminaries. When the body was transferred, there were soldiers who did this. So this group was one of these teams who were not official pallbearers. They're not listed anywhere. And clearly they regarded it as an extremely important episode, that they got to carry Lincoln's body, however unpublicly. The photographs at the Brady studio was not inexpensive. So obviously they wanted to have this portrait to give to the children.
And of course they'd have no way of knowing that such a memento would be acquired in the 21st century by a research library and displayed as part of an exhibition. But these sorts of odd treasures help scholars and members of the public alike to better understand the rich details of history and the relationship of people long gone to those of today.